Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Capitol building. We are downstairs, and this is, by the way, Carrie Condotta, your state representative, bringing you your weekly update. We are downstairs because there is action on the floor. This is actually called the cutoff day. This is when policies have to move off the floor. At 5 o'clock is the cutoff, and if you don't have a bill out at 5 o'clock, then your policy bill is probably done for this session. Now, that means we've moved everything out of the committees from the House side, put it in rules, and moved all that's going to move off the floor. Now, from there, those bills will go across to the Senate, and the Senate is now doing the same thing, sending bills to us. So starting tomorrow, we will have hearings on all those Senate bills for the next week or two, and we'll be back on the floor voting on the opposite side. Well, one of the more exciting events for our area, of course, is the bill that will help Wenatchee finance the town Toyota Center. That bill will be up for a hearing this week. We'll hopefully move it out of committee and onto the floor and give them the tools necessary to finish the job and get that squared away. That has been a long, hard haul, and the implications of default are far beyond anything we want to talk about. It would be very bad for the area. So we are pleased that the 9 entities have come up with a plan, and we are hopefully able to move that legislation to give them the tools to get that taken care of once and for all. Well, there's lots of other legislation to talk about. A very controversial bill, I'm surprised, came out last night, which would force healthcare companies to provide abortions, to pay for abortions on every healthcare plan in the state of Washington. This is another mandate. We've talked about all the mandates on healthcare. You basically buy a Cadillac package. That's all you can buy in Washington state, and that's why the cost of healthcare here is dramatically higher than it is in the other states, where there's more competition, more flexibility, and more availability of different plans. So that just adds one more mandate, and one that is extremely controversial. I am very surprised to see that bill move off the floor at this time. A lot of other bills we don't know. We're close to the cutoff, as I said, a few hours to go as we tape this. But the fact is there are worker compensation bills and other things that would start to unravel some of the great reforms we did in the last few years that have held those payroll taxes down for our small businesses. There is an attempt to try to unravel some of that. We are fighting hard to make sure that does not happen. Well, the budget is, of course, still a big story, and interesting comments from the governor that we're not going to bond or finance this budget. She says debt is not the answer. That, once again, throws a little twist into the budgeting scenario. So we'll see next week as we move to the budget portion, about 3 weeks to go, what comes out of this. That is what we don't know right now with 3 weeks to go. What is the budget going to look like? Is there a revenue stream we can tap into or not? Is there something the voters will support? We don't know, and there doesn't seem to be a consistent plan from one side to the other. We'll keep you posted. Stay tuned for more information on the budget and other items right here in the House of Representatives. This is your Representative Carrie Condotta. We'll see you next week.